turn off the ignition. Pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the oil fill plug. This will facilitate the flow of the oil when it's being drained. In order to drain your vehicle, you must first lift the front section of your car. This will enable you to access the drain nut. Lift the front of your vehicle and put it in 2-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. If the front plastic crankcase is present, you should now remove it to have full access to the drain nut. The front crankcase is held in position by quarter-turn screws. To remove them, use a thick flathead screwdriver. Make a quarter turn on each screw and take them off one by one. Using a T-handle and a 21mm socket, unscrew the drain nut. Start the process with a wrench and finish off by hand. Be careful on the last few turns of the screw. The oil may suddenly squirt out. Anticipate this by placing a container underneath to collect the oil. Let the oil run out for 10 minutes or so. Replace the drain seal with a new one, then screw the drain nut back in. Start by hand. Then finish off using a wrench without being overly zealous, of course. When you change the oil in your car, you must also replace the oil filter. To be able to access the oil filter, you must take off the heat shield of the exhaust manifold. Using a 10mm spanner, remove the bolts of the heat shield of the exhaust manifold. You should now be able to see the oil filter. To collect the oil from inside, place a container underneath the filter. Using a 27mm socket, a ratchet extender and a socket wrench, unscrew the air filter flange, turning it anti-clockwise. You must then take out everything, leaving it attached to the socket. When it has been released, turn it upwards to reduce oil spillage. Take out the filter, levering it off with a flathead screwdriver. Using a thin screwdriver, take out the rubber O-ring, which is located on the flange washer. Replace it with the one found in the box of the new filter. Insert the new filter into the flange until you hear the click. That says it has been locked into place. Insert the whole thing into the oil filter frame using the ratchet extender and the 27mm socket. Then screw it in place. Careful! With this kind of oil filter, the new joint can be excessively thick, making the actual tightening process more complicated. As a result, you have to ensure that the flange washer is flat against the metal engine frame. You can now put the heat shield of the exhaust manifold back in place and tighten the holding screws with a wrench. Now, you have to put the oil back into the motor. First, you should put the front crankcase back in place. Then, lower your car back to the ground, since the oil level can only be checked when the vehicle is flat. Now, add the oil into the engine. Begin by putting 90% of the suggested amount, This will leave you a large enough margin to adjust the level of oil appropriately. You can find the exact amount of oil suggested for your car in the description of the tutorial. Close the oil fill plug. Start the engine and let the car run for 5 seconds. This will fill the oil filter. Remove the oil gauge and wipe it down. Plunge it back into its sheath. Remove it again and check the oil level. The optimal level is near the maximum, but be careful to never go over it. Based on the level indicated on the gauge, readjust to obtain the optimum amount. Operation completed.